Welcome to the Hellmouth. Hope everybody's 5x5. This is Major Slayage, Ket Arik, Rewatch, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. My name is Eric, and to my right, your left, my brilliant, hilarious, beautiful, talented wife and co-host. You know her as half the powerhouse duo that is Kim and Ket. Stay alive, maybe. Give it up for Ketrin Porter.
I learned a lot about how you see me in the watch-along.
Oh, yeah?
This episode.
Can you share with the class?
What?
You going to share with the class?
Well, I guess when we get there.
Okay.
I'll let you share.
Yeah, we're here to talk about Buffy Season 4, Episode 9, Something Blue. What'd you think of this one?
It's so fun.
This was great.
It's so fun.
It's fun. It really uses all of the parts of the show to their full effect. It's great character stuff, great writing. It's clever writing. It's a fun mix-up with some real stakes. We get to revisit some characters from the past that we haven't seen in
we
a
even
while.
Got fun backstory in something where there is no backstory, but they kept it. They didn't just keep it surface level. They were like, what would this actually be like? You know, and I just loved it.
I feel like we were due for a good one because I feel like we've been in a bit of a rut lately. I feel like several of the most recent episodes, I'd say none of the last several episodes have been fun to watch. I'd say Wild at Heart is a good episode that's unpleasant to watch because of the subject matter. But then we have, between Beer Bad and I almost said Inca Mummy Girl. It's not Inca Mummy Girl. It's Thanksgiving Pangs.
Oh, yeah.
There's been some turds. I think frankly, a season of mostly turds at this point. But this was really refreshing, really fun, exciting. I love it. It's everything I love about Buffy. And we'll get into it. Before we do, though, click that like button. Click the little subscribe situation. If you got $5 burning a hole in your pocket, check out our Patreon. We do a watch-along of every episode. We do a mini-sode called Trivia Crypt. Ketrin also sells for an additional $5 one-time purchase a tarot read customized for you. She'll send you a video. You'll have it forever. Got the business out of the way. Did you bring a spell?
I did.
Let's do it.
So, since we have a wedding coming up in this episode...
I thought you were thinking, well, what wedding do we have to go to? I got very panicked.
You really did. The look of panic on Eric's eyes.
I've been to a lot of weddings in the last couple of years. I'm ready to take a break from weddings. Everyone keep your family separate for a while.
So this is a spell that I actually wrote for my dear friend Kristen, who got married last year. So I'm going to share this. This was a spell that... me and our 3 other girlfriends all did for Kristen the last time we all went away together. So the supplies that you will need is a pink candle, lavender for lasting love and devotion, ginger for passion and romance, rosemary for protection and healing, clear quartz for warding off negativity. And then for this, I actually made a lavender rose ginger simple syrup beforehand. And then blue thread. So
something blue in there.
Yes. So what I did was I made a cocktail with the simple syrup. And we all cheersed a blessing for the bride. Once imbibed, assemble the ingredients of blessings in a vial. So the lavender, the rose, the ginger, and the quartz. Each person is assigned an ingredient and says the blessing and ties a knot in the blue thread. So for tying the knot, we offer lavender for love and devotion. For tying the knot, we offer ginger for passion and romance. For tying the knot, we offer rosemary for protection and healing. And for tying the knot, we offer quartz for warding off negativity. Once 4 knots are tied, add it to the vial and keep by the couple's bed forever. Mote it be.
Very cool. Do you have any indication if she's got this still next to her bed?
I don't know.
We'll have to find out.
Yeah, I don't want to know in case she doesn't.
She's like, no, that's in a closet somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
It's in a box of wedding stuff.
Just pretend that she does.
That she looks at it every night and with tears in her eyes strokes the bottle and thanks you before she falls asleep.
That's how it is playing out.
Kisses her husband, rolls over, and it's like, but mostly thank you, Ketrin.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, I think
what I think.
It's probably how it plays out.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into this one.
So we open in Oz's room. Eric and I really had to make some sense of this right off the bat. We were like, okay, he doesn't live at home.
I think we've seen establishing shots of him living in a house, though, as opposed to a dorm.
Right. So it's not a dorm, because if it was a dorm, there's no way that they would just be like, we'll just leave this
all
room
your
as
stuff.
a shrine to this student number 312 or whatever. So what we think, it's got to be a band house.
That makes the most sense.
It's got to be where they all live together as a band, and then there wouldn't be this rushed turnover. So it's got to be that. But Willow is in there, and she's smelling his sweater, and she clearly goes in there a lot, which also begs the question, is she just walking into this house being like, hey, Devin, I'm just going to go smell Oz's sweater?
Just gonna smell Oz's stuff. I remember when my step-grandpa died, Leo, my grandma, Mary Lou, my dad's mom, would lay his suits out on his side of the bed and fall asleep because she said she could still smell him.
Well, wah.
So her smelling the clothes actually like struck a chord with me.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Wow. That's really damn. So now we cut to Buffy coming into the commons area, and Riley is in there just being a helpful little bud, and he's hanging a lesbian alliance banner.
First bit of foreshadowing we get this episode.
Yes. I also love that, like, this sets... So one of the things that happens on Threads that I love is, like, guys will go on there and sometimes be like, hey, can you guys take a look at my dating profile, ladies, and, like, tell me, you know, what questions you have or whatever. And it's always just like, first question, who did you vote for? And I feel like them having Riley hang like a lesbian alliance sign, it's like, okay.
Answers that question.
Yes. Socially liberal, great.
And
we can move forward.
This show does a few touches, and it doesn't go to hell with the joke, which I appreciate, but I like that it's there. Being on a university campus in the 90s, which I was, it was its own like culture, its own ecosystem, and it was the first time a lot of kids from around the country were exposed to
different types of
gay
people. Yeah.
And that there's organizations and there's structure and there's institutions designed to like welcome those people. Similarly, there was that thing in The Freshman where it's like, this must end now,
right,
but it never says what it is.
Yeah.
Like, so there's activism, there's inclusion. There's a mixing of people from different walks of life.
Which is lovely.
And it really rang true. It really felt like what it was like being in school in the 90s.
Which is why conservatives don't want people to go to college, because it makes you open-minded and accepting of all types of people.
Commentary!
This is where I got a lot of insight into how Arik sees me, because I was just like, in this scene, Buffy is talking to Riley, and she is so goddamn strange. Like, if you just pluck her out without any context that we have for her in the show, she is a strange bird.
Oh, yeah.
And Riley, you know, refers to her as like talking to her as like taking an oral exam, never know how you're going to react. You're a mystery. I also commented that like I'm a completely different person watching Riley. Like I'm just like, this guy is a catch. Marry him tomorrow. But you informed me of what?
That's part of what's fun about being in a relationship with you is that you're weird and peculiar and offbeat, like, but in the most delightful way. But
I feel like you know how I'm going to react to things.
You're an odd duck. You're very one of a kind in the most charming and delightful way. But no, you're as evidence. I would just present anyone watch 60 some odd episodes of this thing we've been putting on the internet. You've got a tray out front to attract crows. You've got your own apothecary. You do funny, weird voices. You make up songs on the spot and sing them, which I wrote a song about you. My band does a song called Molly on the Outside. It's about her, and I contain that line.
She makes dance songs, sings so hard, boy, you better recognize.
That's literally what it's like being around you. So like, I can understand why a strange, peculiar, perplexing woman is both intriguing and very attractive.
Thanks. So they're going to go on a picnic date. It's very cute. Love it.
Not a fan of picnics, if I'm being honest.
Which, shut up. I love picnics. Take me on a goddamn picnic, dick.
A picnic is mostly set up and clean up the amount of time you're actually enjoying the picnic is very small in relation to all the work that goes into getting there and all the work that when you're finally done and you're
watching
ready.
Someone set up and tear down a picnic.
Of course you do. As the person who has to do the setting up, the planning, the shopping, the packing, the setting up, and then the cleanup.
It's so fun.
It's a little less fun. I've often thought this about a couple of things. I think going to the beach is similar. And that, especially where we live, it takes like an hour and a half to get there sometimes, depending on traffic. You have to load up for the day. You have to schlep all your stuff. You have to set up your thing. Then you're there for a few hours. And then by the time you're ready, this is where it's like a picnic. By the time you're ready to be done,
you're exhausted.
And then you're like, fuck, and now I got half an hour of packing up to do to get back home.
I don't disagree.
And then even the bit that's the fun part is you got bugs crawling in your food. Like I would much rather sit inside at a table and eat and then go do something else outside.
Well, this is Eric's anti-picnic platform that he'll be running on. Let's see how he does.
I approve this message.
Now Buffy is walking through the cemetery and Willow is wearing the most crazy shawl that I've ever seen. It's like a patchwork pashmina, but you know what the most problem I have with it is how restricting it is.
Yeah, because it's got no slit in the front like a cape where you could then use your arms.
And it's got no arm slits.
No, it's like she's been wrapped
swaddled
in a welcome mat.
Yeah, it's so strange. It is such a strange choice. And I personally, I have issues with things that restrict my shoulder movement, like Dee in Always Sunny wearing the dress for The Nightman Cometh.
I can't really move my arms in this thing, so I think I need to rip the pit.
Do not rip that costume, okay? It's very expensive.
Buffy is talking to Willow about Riley, and she's saying I like him, but he doesn't make me miserable. And we've all been there, especially at this age. Women definitely, that's where the whole bad boy trope comes from. We get it. But I feel like, Buffy was really not set up for success because this all traces back to Hank. And what a piece of shit her dad is. Fuck Hank. Any opportunity I can take to say fuck Hank.
Well, because, if you think about it, love is coupled with emotional distance, with physical distance, feeling
unattainability,
of insecurity, this idea that you have to earn it, you have to prove yourself worthy of it. It puts you in a permanent chasing mode as opposed to letting you
a stability,
being
foundational,
able to appreciate what the other person's bringing.
Exactly. And it gets misinterpreted in your not yet developed prefrontal cortex as lack of attraction or boredom. And because you're like, I'm not being lit up or stimulated until you realize that that's not a sustainable thing.
Stimulation is actually toxic. And you've coupled the positive reinforcement, the dopamine hit of the attention, you've married that to the longing and the uncertainty, and it makes it really untenable.
And the thing is as I said, we all went through this, but it is hard to watch as an older person, and that you can't convince them at that time
you have
of
to figure
anything,
out on your own.
But it's frustrating to watch. So now we cut to Spike tied up in a bathtub in Giles's ball and claw bathtub. So either Giles had to take a shit today while Spike watched him, or Giles is living in a 2-bath.
He's got 2 beds. It wouldn't surprise me if he had a powder room, but I also think they can move Spike as needed, because
I don't want to move Spike every time I have to go to the bathroom.
I don't want to poop in front of Spike, so...
Well, he better have a 2-bath then. That's what I'm saying. He better have a 2-bath. So they're still trying to get information out of Spike.
Yeah, they want to know what the initiative's all about. They don't know it's called that. They just know it's Commandos or Soldier Boys.
Yeah, and Spike was in there, and he is being rather tight-lipped about it until the blood comes out in a mug that says "Kiss the Librarian." Who do you think gave him that? I bet it was Olivia.
Could have been.
Yeah.
It could have been a Jenny gift. Could have been something fucking Giles bought for himself. He saw it and thought he was being cheeky.
After he quit the council. I don't think pre-council Giles would have would have bought.
Would have enjoyed.
No, I think it was post-Council Giles.
Notice he doesn't serve it in his jadeite mug though. His like signature mug. He's like, I'm not giving this guy the good. I'm not putting blood in my good mug.
Of course not. Buffy is feeding Spike his pig's blood out of the mug.
Out of a straw. You said he should have had a crazy straw.
Should have had a crazy straw. Now that's one thing that even Ripper finds just absolutely ludicrous. A crazy straw. He's not drinking out of a crazy straw.
Yeah, he would never have one laying about.
So they're still referring to Spike's impotence, his flaccidity. I think it's fine.
Yeah, it
doesn't bother me.
It doesn't sink the episode, but it's because the introduction of that joke was so mishandled in the previous episode. It was so kind of muddy and mixed with Willow desiring to be bit and using that as a metaphor for sexual attraction.
It just doesn't sit right with you anymore.
I would just rather move on from this entire bit.
Fair.
I mean, it is fun to talk about him in those terms because he gets so triggered, and it's fun to needle him. And I think that I answered my own question during the watch along. I was like, I think he's got 48 hours to prove useful. Otherwise, you just stake him and move on, and you investigate the initiative the way you would any other time without him. I think Buffy particularly, and Giles to an extent, like being able to fuck with Spike.
Sure.
And so they keep him around because it's fucking fun to needle and torture and prod and tease this guy.
But they would never admit that. So speaking of needling and taunting and prodding, Buffy starts trying to tempt Spike with her neck, and Giles cannot handle it. And I gotta say, it gets even worse as the episode goes on, obviously. But like, I related so hard to Giles in this episode in sort of like watching children in love. And like, yes, Spike is 200, blah, 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 I know. But like in general, he's a very sort of, he's on the same maturity level as Buffy.
Sure.
And I just cannot think of anything that would make me want to just spontaneously combust than like seeing the kids I mentor like make out. Like it's so watching them flirt, I was gonna
say, how do you do? Because they do occasionally open up to you about their romantic lives and the relationships going poorly, and I have a crush on this one, or this one likes this one.
But I'm not seeing it.
Yeah,
seeing it, I feel like I would be like, you want
Willow to
no
do a
longer
spell,
yes,
where you will lose your vision.
Yes, exactly. Please make me blind. So now we go out of the bathroom. Willow is in the living room, and she's looking up a truth spell so that they can kind of, Veritaserum, as they use in Harry Potter, to get Spike to talk. And so she says she needs motherwort and donuts. Same. Exactly.
I was at Spider-Man the other night with friends of mine. This one's not super into Spider-Man and doesn't like going to the theater, with rare exceptions. So I'm at a movie that's going to get out about 10:30, and I get a text from her that says, "Is there a donut in my future?" So 10:30 at night after a movie, I had to go find a late night donut shop.
And what kind of donut do I like?
You like a plain cake donut.
Yes.
And I always buy you 2 of them, even though you only ask for 1.
They're so yummy. This is our second high five of the episode.
So this one
Eric, you know what else Eric hates? This is so stupid. Whenever we make an agreement, like whenever I'm like, we're going to do this, and I want to shake on it, he hates it.
She gives me a very formal, like, businessman handshake.
That's how my dad taught me to shake hands.
No, you got to very formal. I don't want to shake hands with my wife. We should seal with a kiss. We could pinky swear. We could
That's not as serious.
Butterfly kiss. There's a million things. We should come up with our own fun little handshake.
This is official.
Like a little, like, secret handshake.
The pressure of my handshake tells you that I mean business.
Yeah, I don't want to do business with my romantic partner.
So
it ugs me out.
Giles then comes back into the bathroom after Willow leaves on her errand. Giles is like, Willow's doing pretty good, getting over Oz, right? And Buffy's like, yeah, she's dealing. And Spike's like, y'all are literally blind. Like, you're all fucking idiots. She's hanging on by a thread.
They first introduced this, as far as I can remember, in Lover's Walk.
Oh, yeah, you too. Just friends. No danger there.
He calls it exactly like it is.
Yeah.
And this is that True Screamer thing that Tox talked about. They lost with I don't think that was his term, but when Cordelia left the show, she was the one who was just slightly outside of things, could call it for what it is, was blunt to the point of being insulting. So he fills that role, but I also feel like Anya kind of fills some of that role as well. So the two of them are kind of picking up the slack, filling a Cordelia-shaped hole in our hearts.
Right. Willow doesn't go to the magic shop, though. She actually goes to Oz's room. And it's been cleaned out.
Sunday's gang still doing their thing, apparently, moved through and took all his stuff.
Except they're not.
No,
because
it's not.
It turns out Willow was told by Devin that Oz sent for all of his stuff.
Can I say for a moment, can I just sing the praises of one Devin?
Yes.
What a good dude.
Yeah.
I feel like even my best friends, if I was like, hey, I need you to pack up everything I own and ship it to me and, I can Venmo you later or whatever, would get to it when they got to it. Like, this has happened overnight.
I don't know.
Devin went in and packed up everything with care, and he, stuffed stuff in bubble wrap and put lots of stuff in there so nothing got broken.
No.
No?
You know what Oz said? He said, hey, man, I need this, and this. If you could pack that up and send it out to me, the rest is yours. And then all of his bandmates came in and took stuff. And so I
at the end of fucking Christmas Carol, where the staff were all going through the dead man's belongings.
Exactly. So I bet that was how
they probably also desperately need to get someone to fill in his part of the rent.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
That's why they were like, oh yeah, we'll get right on this.
Poor Willow says, I feel like I've been split down the center and half of me is lost. So she's really going through it and can't hide it anymore. Looks like she was kind of trying to hide it, but now that she doesn't have her fix,
she can't go smell his things.
Into his room and
fucked up that they didn't give her, if she's been stopping by regularly to smell his things, they didn't give her a bag.
Right.
Here's some Oz's old jockey shorts for you to sniff on later if you want, because everything's gone.
It was so sweet, and then you made it gross.
That's kind of my move. It's kind of my brand.
Yeah. So now we go back to Spike, who's in the bathtub, and he's very upset because Passions is on, and he can't reach the TV. So he's yelling for Giles to turn on the TV while Giles is on the phone leaving a message for Willow, being like, Willow, this is not like you. Like, where are you? I'd really like to do this truth spell so that we can be done with Spike so that I can take a shower alone, because I've been shitting with Spike watching me. So now we go to the picnic with Riley, and he's talking about how much he loves driving. And this is where we cover again that Buffy doesn't have a driver's license. And I don't buy that she's a bad driver, because I just feel like her preternatural slayer would make her aware.
Her eye-to-hand coordination, her awareness.
Yeah, that's so I can't figure out why she's a bad driver.
Yeah, it's not the most sensical thing in the show, but it's also I've met people who are just terrible drivers. You, for the first 12 years we were together, I would classify as a terrible driver. I think you drive a lot less now, so the incidents are fewer and further between, which gives the illusion of improved driving skill. Although weirdly enough, I brought this up before.
Grievance.
When we're in the UK, she's natural. She's a way better driver than I am on the opposite side of the car, on the opposite side of the road. I think that's where your spirit lives, and I think that's why you struggle driving here, is you were meant to be driving in the UK.
I don't think I'm that bad of a driver anymore, but anyway, they're really connecting. But he's talking about driving in a very sexy way, and Buffy is picking up on it.
You're enjoying your day, everything's going your way, then along comes Debbie Downer.
So she sits down, and she just dragged the vibe straight down to hell.
They sit there in silence, nothing to say.
Yeah, all she talks about is how the apples are going brown, and it's rough sauce. And then they have a line that they're trying to make happen.
Stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
Oh my God, yeah, we'll talk about this.
Yeah, because I think it's both of our worst lines, so we'll talk about it when we get there.
It's also this weird thing, being a third wheel is an art form. If you want to be the baggage on someone else's date, you got to make yourself slip in as easily as possible. You got to make yourself as pleasant and as fun so that the amount of resentment is kept to a minimum.
Yeah.
Because if you just come in and just start stinking the place up with your bad feelings,
then that's going to be a bicycle, not a tricycle.
Yeah.
So now we go to the bronze. Buffy is telling Zanya about Willow and Oz sending for stuff and all of this, and
Anya, a new haircut.
Anya, new haircut that she and only she is pulling off.
She looks cute, and I prefer her with longer hair. This is a move that not everyone can rock.
But she's doing her best. Yeah. She's like, oh, man, too bad I'm not a demon anymore because I would totally liquefy his entrails for Willow. And Xander just goes, aw. It's very sweet. But Willow is dancing up a storm.
To Blink 182.
Yes. All the small things.
Not present at the Bronze. This is being played over the loudspeaker. But
well, because two resident bands, one died a werewolf and the other pieced out. You got to stop having werewolves in your band. So Willow comes over and she's just being very bubbly, and it turns out it's because she's drunk.
A beer hidden in her jacket.
Just like, what?
It's an amateur hour.
What? And this
she could have just put it in a red cup and no one would have even, or a blue cup.
They were all they were all using red cups. Yeah, it was a little silly. It was all dumb. It's almost like she wanted to get caught, which could be because she's clearly still, like, we know later, like, not okay and needing more from her friends. So it's almost like that sort of cry for help.
Right. At least if they're lecturing me about my alcohol abuse, I'm getting attention.
Right. Exactly.
Everyone's patience has worn thin on the sad about Oz thing. Even as an audience member, I'm kind of guilty of this a little bit as well.
2 episodes, dude.
I know, but talk to Buffy and Xander about it, because they are clearly, like, on the same page as me. So she can't just go in with, I need support on this. So she introduces a new problem that they can try and solve, but it's related to the old problem, so she'll still get to talk about the old problem. Yeah. It's kind of diabolical in a way. Everyone also is very freaked out about a beer.
Right. Well, I think it's it's the out of characterness more than it is about the beer itself.
And if they're paying attention to their friend, then they know that she has an addictive personality. So there is that as well. Yeah.
And actually, I realize you get to have your worst line. I have a different worst line because Xander has a regression where he refers to being bummed that Buffy's beer bad Neanderthal episode didn't include her wearing a fuzzy bikini. But luckily, Anya's here to be like, shh, which I love. So Xander then goes to, like, try to comfort Willow, and she's a fucking bitch about it. Like, that's the problem. She's like, attention, 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 but then she's actually kind of biting and alienating when they do try to talk to her, because she
feels wronged.
She makes a crack about Xander living in the basement, and he storms off, and Buffy then comes up to Willow and is like, it's going to take time. And we learn that Willow just wants to make it go away. She doesn't want to go through it. She just wants to make it go away.
She just wants it to poof away.
And I just wrote, damn, she's had a problem the whole damn time.
Well, at this point, we're nearly halfway through season 4. So at this point, it's no longer early warning signs. We are, like I said, closer to her crash out than we are further from it.
Right.
So at this point, it's just inevitable.
Yeah.
In season 2, we start to see hints. We're like, wow, they really seeded this early. At this point, it's not early. This is going to happen in a matter of weeks.
This is warning sign. So Willow gets up in the middle of the night, and she goes to the foot of our bed, and she pulls out some spell stuff. She then goes into the public bathroom, which I loved this. I feel like it is so college coded, where it's just like, yeah, if you live in a dorm where it's a communal bathroom, people are using the bathroom that they have like the bathroom that they have. You know what I mean? She would have gone and done a spell in her own bathroom if she could, but this is her bathroom.
But we both made the same joke in the watch along. It's like, imagine just some co-ed getting up in the middle of the night to take a middle of the night dump and walks in on all this.
It's just, but like probably it's just kind of like,
Yeah, would step over the candles and get on with their business.
Exactly. What she's trying to do is my will be done spell. From this eve forth, my will be done, so mote it be, which is just so dangerous. I mean,
it's so open-ended.
Yeah, and also, like, yeah, there is zero caution around magic from the get.
No, and she any attempt to rein her in,
and she just viper. She snaps. It's pretty fascinating.